The movie All Quiet on the Western Front, directed by Edward Berger, is one of the most powerful depictions of World War I on film. It adapts Erich Maria Remarque's 1929 novel, and while it remains faithful to the book's central anti-war message, it also adds new elements that give a broader perspective of the war, including scenes of German political negotiations. The story begins in 1917. We meet Paul Bäumer, a young German student filled with patriotism and excitement. He and his friends are persuaded by their teachers and elders to enlist, believing they will fight with honor and return as heroes. But from the very beginning, the film shatters those illusions. Their uniforms are not even new. The clothing of dead soldiers is collected, clean, reissued. This is a powerful signal that Paul and his comrades are entering a cycle of death that consumes countless young men. Once on the Western Front, Paul and his friends face the reality of trench warfare. Mud, rats, lice, artillery bombardments, and constant fear dominate their lives. Instead of glory, they experience chaos and despair. The film spares no detail in showing the filth and brutality of the trenches. Soldiers eat little, sleep less, and watch friends die in front of them. As the fighting continues, Paul forms a bond with older soldiers, especially Kaczynski, known as Kat. Kat is resourceful, experienced, and acts almost like a father figure. He teaches Paul how to survive, how to find food, how to keep warm, how to stay alert. Their friendship becomes the emotional center of the story, offering rare moments of humanity. But this is a story of loss. One by one, Paul's friends die. Some are killed by shells, others by bayonets, others in accidents. Each death erodes Paul's spirit. His youthful enthusiasm turns to emptiness. By the midpoint of the film, he no longer believes in honor or patriotism. He fights only to survive, even though survival itself feels meaningless. The film also contrasts life in the trenches with life far from the front. German generals and politicians are shown negotiating the armistice in comfortable railway cars. They eat lavish meals, wear clean clothes, and argue about pride and honor, while young soldiers starve and die in mud. This sharp contrast underlines the disconnect between those making decisions and those paying the price. A key sequence shows Paul in brutal hand-to-hand combat with a French soldier. Paul stabs the man, but the fight does not end instantly. The French soldier gasps and struggles for hours. Paul, horrified, tries to help, giving him water, but nothing saves him. This moment destroys the illusion of enemy hatred. Paul sees the French soldier not as a monster, but as another human forced into the same misery. By the end, Paul is transformed. He is no longer the hopeful student from the start. He is hardened, scarred, and broken. In the film's final moments, as the war is about to end, German commanders order one last attack. Paul and his comrades are pushed into a meaningless battle. He fights desperately, exhausted, and dies shortly before the armistice takes effect. His death, so close to peace, symbolizes the futility and waste of the entire war. The film uses powerful cinematic tools to emphasize its message. The visuals show endless landscapes of destruction, mud, craters, burned forests. The sound design is overwhelming. Artillery and gunfire dominate, and the score uses heavy industrial tones that create unease. Every explosion, scream, and silence reinforces the trauma of trench life. The central themes are clear. War destroys youth, it takes away innocence and replaces it with emptiness. Comradeship offers brief comfort, but death ends even that. Propaganda and nationalism feed young men into the slaughter, and those in power are detached, treating soldiers as expendable resources. Paul's character arc embodies this transformation. At first, he is eager, smiling, almost proud in his uniform, but slowly his face hardens. His eyes lose light. By the end, he is a shell of himself, surviving without purpose, until death takes him like so many others. All Quiet on the Western Front does not glorify war. It strips away heroism and exposes the human cost. It shows that World War I, often fought for meters of land, consumed millions of lives without meaning. The movie forces viewers to see war from the perspective of the soldier, not the general. It leaves the audience unsettled, questioning the value of sacrifice when the result is only destruction. This film is both a story of one soldier and a symbol of an entire generation. Paul represents the millions of young men who were sent to the front with dreams of honor, only to be swallowed by the mud and violence. His death near the war's end reinforces the ultimate message: war is not glory, it is waste. In sum, All Quiet on the Western Front 2022 is a haunting, unflinching war film. It uses realism, emotional storytelling, and historical perspective to deliver one of the most powerful anti war messages ever put on screen.